Hey guys, welcome back to Sawyerridgefarm. My name is Alex, and in today's video you can see we're out in the garden today and we're going to be showing you guys how we plant our fall garlic. This year we'll be planting both hardneck and softneck varieties, which most of the garlic that we have this year came from Mark and Tina over at Bumblebee Junction. We thank them so much for sending us this garlic and for letting us get to try it out in our garden this year. But right quick before we get started, for anyone that's new to planting garlic, I just want to give you a few of the differences between the two varieties. The softneck garlic usually are smaller cloves that form a cluster around the center, and even though they're smaller cloves, they usually have a stronger taste. Normally softneck is grown in the south because they're not as cold tolerant as the hardneck. But one thing I really think is cool about them is they actually store better than the hardneck variety. A few things to note about the hardneck variety of garlic is they are usually larger cloves that form a single ring around the hard center, and they are typically a northern grown variety because of their cold tolerance. They also form in the spring what's called garlic scapes. A lot of people like to cut those off and eat them. I've never personally tried them, but would love to give them a try sometime. But by cutting off that scape, it actually makes the bulbs grow larger. So that's just a few differences between the two varieties. We're going to get over here and start planting, and I'll show you guys all of that. What we're going to be doing, I'll just give you a little rundown right here, but we're going to be planting in a 5-inch grid pattern, which means that each clove that we're planting will be 5 inches apart. Before I get started planting, I do want to mention that I have previously topped off these beds with Bumblebee Junction super soil. And if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link either in the description or somewhere in the video. I'll put a card to his video where he explains how to make this super soil. This year I'll be planting my garlic in 2 different beds, and since I have both hardneck and softneck varieties, I'm going to designate this bed to specifically just the hardneck variety, and the other bed is going to be the softneck. Now, like I said before, we'll be planting our garlic in a 5-inch grid pattern. But one very important thing that I can't forget to mention is the direction that you're supposed to plant your garlic. You always plant it with the pointy end up. The very end, the blunt end, is where the roots form. So you don't want to put it in upside down or you probably won't get any garlic. So just be sure that the pointy end is always facing up. So to make it a little easier on myself, I have went ahead and marked off 5 inches all along the side of the raised bed. It doesn't have to be exact, guys. It's just, it kind of gives me a peace of mind knowing that they're the right distance apart. So I've marked on here. So what you do is you want to plant them an inch below the surface. So the tip should be an inch below the surface. And you just go along and just repeat the process. When you're preparing your cloves, another thing, be sure and leave as much of the paper on the clove as possible. It helps protect the clove from like the weather until it is able to produce roots. So I won't bore you guys with the whole process of me doing this whole bed, but you kind of get the concept. Just be sure and plant on pointy end up, an inch below the surface, and then when we're all said and done, we'll cover this with loose straw, and I'll show you guys that also. But for now, I'm just going to get this bed planted, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's going to get dark on me here pretty soon. So I will fast forward through this part and spare you guys all that, but I'll bring you back when we are putting the straw over this bed. So as you guys can see, I got it all planted. All that's left to do is just to kind of cover them up with the dirt and to put some loose straw on them. Bumblebee Junction, he suggested that you put about 4 inches of loose straw, and that does a couple of things. It helps keep the soil warm throughout the winter, And it also, in the springtime, it kind of suppresses the weeds from coming up as much. the straw, as it decays, it kind of also helps feed the garlic. So there's a few different benefits to the straw, but I'll get that covered up and I'll show you guys that process. So as you guys can see here, I got it all covered up with the loose straw. I gave it a good watering to help keep that straw held down in the wind. That's basically it. I still have another box to plant, but for the sake of time and the fact that it's getting dark out here, I just won't show that on camera. It's the same process, just a different bed. I just want to give a huge shout out to Mark and Tina from Bumblebee Junction for giving us this garlic and for giving me all these helpful tips and how to plant the garlic. If you guys want to see the real experts on the garlic, be sure and go check out Bumblebee Junction's channel. He's got a lot of garlic videos and how to make super soil, how to plant his garlic. Be sure and show them some love and tell them that Alex sent you. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you have any questions, be sure and just leave them in the comments section below. Thank you guys, take care, and God bless. Like I said, the cloves, they'll usually form more. Like I said, but before we get started planting, I just want to see. This is a soft neck